shouldn't speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria.
And I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.
Hello, and nice to have you with us again on this show, The Woman. I'm always radiating because from deep within, I get really happy showcasing another woman who is standing out for women, who is doing something exceptional. It could be what you already know, but the women we bring on set here will always find a way of spinning it around and doing it in a special way. My name is Elizabeth, and I have a guest, an exceptional one, a woman I call a totality of women. Ask me why, and I'll respond. Just stay tuned and find out by yourself. All right, if you just join us, let's all get seated, poised for this 25 minutes with a lovely personality. My guest today is one person that has a whole lot of things attached to her name, but I'll try as much as possible to limit it as much as time will take us. She is a naturopathic doctor. She is an author. She's an educator. She's a co-founder the Binda Institute for Personalized Medicine. She is a mother, and very importantly to me, she is a wife, and I'll tell you why it is so, because she says she's a Niger wife. Join me as I welcome Dr. Silvia Binda.
Nice to be here. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
How is our Niger wife doing today?
She's doing very well. I'm so happy to be here with you in the studio.
Okay.
You look beautiful and radiant as usual.
You every day I meet you, it's amazing how much of the only thing remaining is to tan your skin a little bit, and then you become a completely
a Niger woman.
Yes, because I see every inch of you turning into the Anambra or Enugu woman. Enugu, yes. I wanted to be sure. All right. Now, how are you enjoying Nigeria? You've been here for a while now, some years now.
Yes, I've been here for about 3 years, and I'm married to a lovely Nigerian man. I never thought to find myself in Nigeria or in Africa, for that matter. But you have no control over what happens. Anyways, everything is random, and there is the illusion of free will, and that's an illusion itself. So things fall into place. You follow your heart. You follow that which is in front of you by being brave, by being an adventurer, by taking life and embrace it. And most people hold on to the railing. They stick to what they know. But I have let go a long time ago. I'm ready to fly. So I've been flying, and I flew to Nigeria.
And you're having fun doing that. We'll get to talk about all the fun, but I know for you, doctor didn't just come like that. Some things are happening around you, and I'm particularly interested in the naturopathic doctor, medicine you're practicing. I know something sparked it off, but I need you to share. What does this field of practice mean?
Well, naturopathic medicine means that we're choosing the path of least, let's say, side effects. That we don't burn, we don't cut, we don't poison, and there's always a mixture of what has to be done depending on the clinical picture. So we choose to go a more, let's say, organic way in picking that which comes out of the ground, like herbs and fruit and vegetables, in order to give the medicine in terms of eating it, rather than having to take medication. So you have allopathic medicine on this side, and let's say you have the naturopathic medicine on this side. I have much respect for the allopathic medicine because they are doing brilliant things with people that have advanced problems, advanced symptoms and disease. Our job in the naturopathic and other ways in natural healing is to prevent disease, and to get people well and keep them well. So I'm on the other side of the coin. We both need, of course, there's always two sides to a coin, so it's important to have both systems. Now, the story, I don't know if you're interested, of why I even studied naturopathic medicine.
Yeah, I was going to just ask you that. What sparked it up?
Maybe I'm a black person in a white skin.
Oh.
No, but it sparked. I'm the CEO of the OnTheMed companies. This is a medical device. So I'm in the field. I have been in the field for 20 years. I have a degree in business from Vienna, Austria. Then moved to New York, and it was. I have 3 children, and it was when my second child. He's my first son. When he was born with congenital heart disease, and they did absolutely fabulous surgery to make his heart function with a pacemaker at the age of 2 years at Children's Hospital in Boston. So this is no joke. What these people do is brilliant, and we have a great evolution in medicine. But when he was 5 years old, he developed a blood clot, a thrombus right on the valve inside the heart, and that was dangerous. And they did a blood thinning medication as a remedy, but it didn't work. So I added OnTheMed, and it did the trick. So I had the physics OnTheMed, and I had the chemical agent, which is the Coumadin, or the blood thinning medication. Both of them worked in symphony together, and it helped him to reduce the clot, or he would have gone through open heart surgery again. That was the opening for me to change our family's nutritional intake, to have different lifestyle choices, make different decisions that are wholesome and healing. And that is what prompted me to study naturopathic medicine, and I also have a PhD in naturopathy.
It's good a lot of times, especially when things happen around the lives of people we love so much. It has a way of inducing us into action, quick actions, and of course such actions create innovations as well. Now I'd like to know, a little bit told me at a point in your life you were declared clinically dead for 5 times. What happened?
Yes, I still lived in Vienna, Austria. I was 15 years old, and it was early in the morning, and I was on the back of a motorcycle, and the driver, who was a friend of mine, he rushed through a red light.
Oh.
And it was the busy street in, it's called the Belt in Vienna, that goes all around the city of Vienna. And as he was going through the red light, I looked up, I saw the red light, and I saw 3 cars come at me at a large speed. And I remember us flying up through the sky, first up, then forward, and I landed and I lifted my head. I had a helmet on and a leather jacket, but I thought my friend was dead, and I slipped into a coma for 21 days, and it was announced clinically dead 5 times, as you said, Lizzie, and it really changed my life. I want to say I had the experience, whether that is true or not, I cannot scientifically validate, but I had the experience of after death life. I was in a tunnel, and I faced the light, and it was most amazing. So to all those who are afraid of dying, maybe the dying process may hurt, but what is to come is just a oneness with everything there is. There is no more separation between tree and river and people. It's all one harmony, one frequency, very peaceful.
Yeah.
And there's music. There's always this music, and it's beautiful. And then I came back. Born. Came back to the chaos of life. I had to learn how to breathe again, walk again. I was in a wheelchair for 6 months. That really was almost like my soul's, if there is such a thing, I do believe so. My soul, my spirit was exchanged, or was just, I just climbed through a huge evolutionary process. And I've used the tool of intuition ever since. I've been very focused. I know where I want to go, and I go for it. There is no fear, but fear itself, right? So, fear is a big common denominator of people's, let's say, not moving forward, being stuck, their disease processes, and not doing well in relationships or in their careers. So if you can just reduce your fear, it would be ideal.
To reduce our fears, it actually helps us to get ourselves to the next level where we desire to be. But I mentioned earlier that you are an author. You write books, and trying to read up some of your works, there's something I picked up. That's the personalized, integrated personalized medicine. I don't know what that means. Is it a package? Can you educate me further? After all, you're an educator. Well.
I love to educate, whether it's patients, colleagues, and learn, of course. Thank you for that question. Yeah, I've developed, I call it my planetary system. Standing on one leg is going to be exhausting. So only seeing my patients and treating them from one perspective is limiting. So I developed an integrative way within the naturopathic energetic medicine model. So my planet, so I have the integrative as a center, and then around it I have the physics, energy, medicine, which is on the med, that gives me diagnostic information similar to an MRI, but in a different way. So it augments it, and then it gives me a powerful and effective treatment option. Then I have nutrition. I have grounding. Grounding means take off your shoes, and many of you walk in sandals, which is brilliant. And the Earth's electrons are actually, it's scientifically measurable. When you put your feet on the ground, you will get those electrons, negative ions inside of you, and will help you fight inflammation. Now, this is the realm of physics, right? Because everything in the universe, in our bodies, a mini universe, and then we have everything around us, the bigger aspect of multiverses. So energy is just absolutely necessary, like breath is necessary in order for us to sustain life. Everything within us turns into energetic mechanisms.
Now, you've made a lot of, reference to the box here. I call it box, but I know it's a device.
Yes.
You care to explain this for me?
Yes, thank you. This is the on-the-med device, has been around for...
First of all, this is from your company?
Yes, correct. I'm the CEO of it's a global company. We have three locations, one in Germany where the devices are manufactured. In New York, they are also sub-assembled in New York, and then here in Nigeria. We've opened, my husband and I have opened the Nigerian on-the-med Nigeria Limited in 2018 here in Abuja, and we have been selling and installing the devices for the Federal Ministry of Health, for FMC in BIDA, so that's a Federal Medical Center, private hospitals and clinics. So it is a brilliant device. It can never harm you. That's most important. And it allows us, let's say you have fibromyalgia, or you have breast cancer, or you have arthritis, or you cannot sleep well. Well, we can treat those hovering on the surface of the symptoms, but that doesn't get us to resolve those issues. We're just giving a quick fix. It's not going to hold. So our point here is our strategy and method to work with the biofeedback, tapping into your autonomic nervous system, almost like a lie detector, to find out what is really going on. What are the root causes? And where on the body are the biggest problems that need healing first? And if we just do a blood test, we'll just see all kinds of things out of order. We don't know where to start, really. The on-the-med helps the physicians, the practitioner, the therapist, and even as a home device. Many people use this. Yeah, to localize. Very simple. I feel the pulse, I scan myself, and I find reactions, whether it's thyroid or liver gallbladder region. And I'm not saying, I have a liver gallbladder problem. I'm just saying, there's a reaction. meaning there's a distortion of communication because everything breaks down into electromagnetic events we established. So I place applicators, the MA8, the MA4, so I can place this in a larger area, and then the half size can be put in the liver gallbladder region. This one here can be put here in the neck applicator. Very important, the spinal address and addressing the nervous system on a systemic basis. So this also, it's so brilliant too because it comes with different modules. So I treated a bunch of COVID-19 patients, and what I found in the frequency patterns is adenovirus. And whether they're in the intensive care unit, whether they are experiencing symptoms without having had the COVID test yet, but having influenza-like symptoms, you can knock it out just with 1 or 2 treatments. And you haven't taken antibiotics, you haven't done anything, just change the electromagnetic communication pathways, get things that are stagnant moving, bring immune cells to where they need to go, and bring blood flow, if it's necessary, into the area to supply the nutrition to the area. So this is a brilliant device that should be in everybody's practice and clinic. I'm so happy to have it at home. And most people that have this at home will say, when their house burns down, the only thing they want to rescue besides their family members is the device.
I'm not going to bother with my certificates. I'm not going to bother with my children. I must get the device. That's a good one.
It keeps you well.
Anybody seeing you sees happiness. Anybody seeing you see joy. Meanwhile, I know that you're a very busy person. You juggle between Nigeria, Germany, and UK, United Nations. That's New York.
New York,
where your offices are. How do you coordinate? And you're also a wife and mother, and there's no stress with all of that. How do you cope?
Well, I love doing what I do. So it only becomes stressful if you do things that you don't like doing. So I have a team that I rely on, of course, that I can delegate to. I see primarily patients now on Zoom, so virtual consultations. I can educate them in a very easy way. I do podcasts and interviews like here. I teach in international events online, which I'm so appreciative of COVID-19 having come into my life like this, where I don't have to jet throughout the planet, because traveling is exhausting and it's hard being away. And my youngest son is in Germany. My oldest son is in New Jersey, and my daughter is in New York. My mom is in Florida. My first family, and now my second big Enugu family. The beauty of virtual relationships. If you have a connection from the heart to their hearts, you don't need to sit in the same room. It's nice to sit in the same room,
It's
sure.
definitely nice.
But I'm a citizen of the planet. And Mother Earth is my true mother. While, of course, I have 2 wonderful mothers, my biological mother and my new mommy. And she is such a beautiful person.
What's her name?
Her name is Joy.
Joy. Okay.
Joy Ugwokbu.
Joy.
Ugwokbu.
Okay.
Yes, from Akechi.
Akechi
And then
in
Akechi.
Enugu.
Yes, and
Okay.
then there's Papa Oke.
Okay, there's Papa Okay. All right. Joy Nwugu and Papa Okay. I hope you're listening. That's a shout out. You want to give them a shout out?
Of course, I do. Hello, my families.
You want to greet them in their language?
That is a good one now. You always put me on the spot.
Ndewo.
I could say, do, and that's not much, but I hope you are Odema.
Odima. They heard you. They heard the Kedu, and they also answered you, Odima. That's a
Yes.
nice one. Now, speaking about you as a Niger wife, I see a lot of joy in you. That means you're actually enjoying us, because in Nigeria, when we marry, we say the wife is not just the husband's wife, it's everybody's wife. So we make effort to ensure that you are happy. So what have you been able to pick from Nigeria? I've been living here for this length of time now. I mean,
Yes.
food, I see you did dress sense, you're complete
Oh, I love the clothes. You know, I'm coming from the Western or Northern Hemisphere world where we just blend in. And we have, we're not dressing up in a flavorful and colorful way. Not really. And we try to look like everybody else. Such nonsense. That is a term I learned here. Such nonsense. My husband, he has two terms. Such nonsense or it's Malaya. And he's not wrong. I've been having malaria. So transitioning, it has been an eye-opener. It was not easy. It was hard because the food is different. Anything that you have ever known is not there anymore. The people look different. They are, whenever you go out, it is different. Being in the jungle of traffic, oh my goodness. But I have come to fall in love with it because it's pure. And people I've learned by observation. First, it took me 2 years before I dared to drive my car.
Oh, 2 years before you did.
Because people they don't ever look into the rear mirror. They just assume that the guy in the back is gonna just hit the brake. Mm-hmm. But what if that brake is not working? What if they're too far or too close or whatever? So, I then understood it was a dance. It's not about driving a car, it's just dancing in and out. And so I have become a good traffic dancer.
Oh my God. You talked about dance, and I know that when we had our talk sometime, you told me you like dancing.
I love dancing.
And
with my husband and I, we dance at home. And then we love a place here in Abuja. It's a popular place. Should I say the name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Beer Barn.
Beer Barn.
Yes, Beer Barn. We dance there. Mm-hmm. And we dance through the night, and it's just about him and me and just dancing. It's not about drinking alcohol. We might have some red wine, but it's very, dosed in a small way with lots of water. It's the dancing. I become euphoric. And the beautiful music here. And anywhere you go, I tell people, I have a newsletter. I have a following of thousands of people around the globe. So I write my experience about Nigeria is that Nigeria is very different. It's a colorful, beautiful place.
Warm people
with open hearts. They embrace, they are so brilliant. They are born brilliant like everybody else, but they stay brilliant. If I may say, and I can say it because I come from those places. I've been educated there. I've been trained there. I've been indoctrinated there. And you don't have the creativity. You don't have the exploration sense that the Africans or the Nigerians maintain. So it is much easier for you, from my observation, to study medicine, science, because you're not taking it so seriously. You're just adapting to it. You're great adapters. And you bring it in, you cellularize it, and the music helps, and the vibration of the plants and the earth, it all helps to have you be the best human being you can be. In our cultures, they beat that out of us. We're not supposed to be dancing in a studio.
No, I'm going to make you dance in the studio. Yes, let's play some music.
Oh no, don't do that now.
You're going to dance. No, if you want to get up and dance, let's get up and dance.
We'll have to wait until it hits the note.
It hits the road. It's already on the road.
Hopping on the Sarats, baby, hopping on the Sarats, and I can't see you right. Somebody needs somebody. Yeah, I need a body. Somebody needs somebody.
I'm missing meat. Ay, ay, ay.
All right,
Very
it's wonderful
sweet.
having
Thank
you on the show.
Thank
You
you.
so much for coming. And some other time I ensure that I make the fish pepper soup, and I'll make sure there'll be no crayfish or prawn because I know you don't like it.
Oh, thanks.
So if I need this in my hospital or in my home, how do I get it?
You just call me, email me,
Okay.
text me,
All right,
and
so-
then we take it from there.
All right, so
Very
for those
easy.
of us who are watching, if you're interested, you just need to reach us via our handles, and then we ensure that we get you connected to Dr. Silvia Binde, and then you have what you want. Thank you for coming again. It's been fun, really. We're going to
you.
continue this dancing, but that will be after the camera cuts because I need to give you a return match. All right, we'll see you again next week. The program has been The Woman, and I am Elizabeth. Bye for now.
I ain't made. Why get kind of bad? Let's hop in my Maserati. Baby, hop in my Maserati. I said, hop in my Maserati. Hop in my Maserati. Girl, I wanna see you go down. Yeah, say me, I love you when you take body. Hop in my Maserati. Baby, hop in my Maserati. And I just wanna see you go down.